Once you have your dancing 9-patch quilt tops sewn together, it is time to think about quilting. Whether you work on a domestic machine, a long arm, or hire someone to do this step for you, here are some suggestions for preparing the backing and quilting the dancing 9-patch. I'm Andy from True Blue Quilts, a place to enjoy, experiment, and excel as we quilt. Let's get started.
Measure across the center of your quilt top to determine the length and width. To figure out the size of backing you will need, a general rule of thumb is to add 4 inches to the length and width. My dancing 9-patch measured 59 by 73, so 4 on each side means adding a total of 8 inches to each dimension, and I will make the backing 67 by 81. In my stash, I look for yardage, pieces of fabric about 2 yards long. I bought extra border fabric and found some blue that is the right size. If you piece your backing, use a bigger seam allowance and press the seams open. Since the fabric from my stash was only 62 inches wide, I decided to add some extra strips on each side. Leftover jelly roll strips work perfectly. The color doesn't have to match because I'm not actually quilting over this fabric. It's providing stability while the quilt is on my long arm. Next, I chose thread that will be visible on the surface of the quilt. I generally choose coordinating colors, so red, white, blue, and yellow work with the patriotic colors in this quilt. Let's look at the free motion designs I used in this quilt. Loopy meander for the yellow border was just a series of circles as I traveled around the quilt. In the smaller red border, I followed the wavy line from the fabric print. For the blue areas, I stitched random spirals and wavy lines to give the background some texture. In the 9-patch sections, I alternate a basic X and some single circles, as if you were playing tic-tac-toe. Having a plain fabric on the back lets the quilting design stand out. Here you can see the yellow and red border designs in much more detail. I'm going to finish the quilting on the dancing 9-patch, and I will be back next time to share my binding tips. Click on the playlist below to see all the videos on creating this dancing 9-patch quilt. Be sure to subscribe to the True Blue Quilts channel for weekly quilting fun. See you next time.